Hi, welcome to this tutorial. Before we start, kindly subscribe to my channel, and if I've been able to help you by the end of the video, do like the video and share it with your friends. Let's start. In this tutorial, we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended Variant 4 October-November 2019. Let's start. The first question. Musin has 600 pear trees and 720 apple trees on his farm. Write the ratio of pear trees to apple trees in its simplest form. So 600 to the ratio of 720. You can put this in the calculator in this format. Okay, and you will get the answer 5/6, which you can write 5 to the ratio of 6. Second, each apple tree produces 16 boxes of apples each year, and one box contains 18 kilograms of apples. Calculate the total mass produced by the 720 trees in 1 year. So we have 16 boxes of apples. Each box contains 18 kilograms of apples. And there are 720 trees. So what is the answer for this? We just multiply it. And we get 7360. But we want the answer in standard form. So 2.0736. How many numbers did we move the decimal? In a whole number, the decimal is at the end of the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So multiply by 10 to the power of 5. Next, 1 week, the total mass of pears picked was 18,540 kilograms. For this week, the ratio of mass of apples to mass of pears is 13:9. Find the mass of apples picked that week. So the ratio of apples to pears is 13:9. And the total mass of pears picked is 18540. What is the mass of the apples? Then we cross multiply. 13 multiplied by 18,540 is equal to 9x. 13 multiplied by 18,540. You can put it later in the calculator all together. This is a multiply. When you move to the other side, it's a divide. And you will get 26780. So this is the mass of apples. B2, the apples cost Mohsen 0.85 per kilogram to produce. He sells them at a profit of 60%. Work out the selling price per kilogram of the apples. Profit means he's getting more. So when there's an increase in your percentage, then when you are solving, whatever, remember this rule, your original value, it could be anything. Multiply by the change in percentage gives you your new value. This is helpful even if you have the new value and you want to find your original value. If you have increase, so there's a profit means increase in the percentage, you add the number they have given to 100 and then divide by 100. It is 1.6. If it is a decrease, instead of adding, we subtract. So now we are just going to put in this equation. Our cost price is your original value, which is 0.85, multiplied by 1.6 will give us the selling price, and it is $1.36. Question number C. Mohsen exports some of his pears to a shop in Belgium. The shop buys the pears at 1.50 per kilogram. The shop sells the pears at 2.30 euros per kilogram. The exchange rate is $1 is equal to 0.92 euros. Calculate the percentage profit per kilogram made by the shop. It's a 5-mark question, and it looks complicated, but it is not complicated. It is easy. We know that this is the cost price of the shop in dollars. So let's first find the cost price in euros. Always when you have currency conversion, write the currencies here, dollar and euro. $1 is equal to 0.92. So the cost price 1.50 is equal to how many euros? Cross multiply. X is equal to 0.92 multiplied by 1.5 is 1.38. So the cost price in euros is 1.38. The selling price in euros is 2.30. And we have to find the percentage profit. Whenever you want to find the percentage profit or loss, we use one formula. This is the formula. Percentage profit or loss, or increase or decrease in percentage. We write the difference of the two values, and the original value, which is the cost price, we write in the denominator, multiply by 100. So the percentage profit is going to be 2.30 minus 1.38 over our cost price, which is 1.38, multiplied by 100. And you will get the answer 66.66. So we round it to one decimal, 66.7%. Part D. Muhsin's earnings increase exponentially at a rate of 8.7% each year. During 2018, he earned $195,600. During 2027, how much more does he earn than during 2018? This is increased exponentially, so we use one formula, that principal or our starting amount, which in this case is $195,600, and bracket 1 plus R over 100. R is your rate of percentage, which is 8.7, and N is the number of years. So how many number of years do we have? From 2027, subtract 2018, and you will get 9 years. So now let's put this, everything we have in the equation. P is 195,600, R is 8.7 over 100, and the number of years is 9. This will give us 414414.3. This is the amount that we get, but the question says how much more. So what was the initial amount? 19560. Just a second. When you subtract the two amounts, that is your answer. This will give us 218814. We'll round it to a whole number. So the answer is $218,814. Most of the questions, they seem difficult, but if you know your formulas, you will be able to solve them easily. Question number 2 is about a cumulative frequency diagram. Taken t seconds for a group of girls to each solve a maths problem. So this is our cumulative frequency, and this is our time in seconds. A. Use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the median. So to find the median, we take the frequency, which is 80, and divide it by 2. This is 40. This 40 is our cumulative frequency. And we have to find the corresponding time. So this is 40 and the corresponding time is here. It is each square here is 2 seconds. So the answer of the median is 54 seconds. Next, the interquartile range. To find the interquartile range, we have to find the upper quartile and the lower quartile. To find the upper quartile, we take 3/4 of our frequency, that is 60, and 1/4 of our frequency, that is 20. Both these are cumulative frequency values, and we have to find the corresponding time. After you find that, to find the interquartile range, we subtract the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So let's find our lower quartile. It's at 20 and the corresponding time is 36. And upper quartile is at 60, which is here, and the corresponding value is 65. So the upper quartile is 60 cumulative frequency and the corresponding value is 65. So our interquartile range is 65 minus 36, which is 29. Next, the 20th percentile. So 20 percentage of 80 will give us the cumulative frequency, and that is 16. Now we have to find the corresponding time. So 16 is here, and the corresponding time is 32. Part 4, the number of girls who took more than 66 seconds to solve the problem. So 66 is here. Let's find the corresponding cumulative frequency. We can see that the cumulative frequency is here, which is 62. So 62, and these many girls, they took more than 66 seconds to solve the problem. So 18 minus 62 is our answer. The number of girls are 18. If you form the answer 17, 18 or 19, it will be acceptable. Part B. Use the cumulative frequency diagram to complete the frequency table. I've drawn the lines at our numbers 40, 60 and 80 to find the cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency at 40 is 24. To find the frequency, we have to subtract the previous cumulative frequency, 24 minus 6, 18. So that is the frequency between 20 and 40. Now let's find what value we have at 60. We have 49. Sorry, it is 50. It's touching here. So it's 50. And then to find the frequency, we have to subtract the previous frequency. So 50 minus 24 will give us 26. And now at 80, we have 76 here. 76 minus 50, 26. So that's how you find your frequency. B2, calculate an estimate of the mean time. To do so, we use this formula, the sum of f of x divided by n. F is your frequency, x is your midpoint of the class width, and N is the total frequency. We have already found the frequency here, 18, 26, and 26. To find the midpoint, we add the two numbers and divide by 2. So 0 plus 20 divided by 2, 10. 20 plus 40 divided by 2, 30. 60 plus 80 divided by 2, 70. And 80 plus 100 divided by 2 is 90. So these are our midpoint. And then we multiply our midpoint with our frequency. So 10 multiplied by 6, 60. We are going to multiply all the numbers and write the answers here. So these are the numbers we are going to get after multiplication. Mean is the sum of these numbers divided by the total frequency. Our total frequency is 80. Now we just have to put this in the calculator and we will get 15. So our mean is 51, not 15, sorry, 51 seconds. Part C of the question. A group of boys solved the same problem. The boys had a median time of 60 seconds, a lower quartile of 46 seconds, and an upper quartile of 66 seconds. Write down the percentage of boys with a time of 66 seconds or less. Okay, so upper quartile is 66 seconds. You know what is upper quartile, right? Upper quartile is 3/4 of your frequency. So what is 3/4 of your frequency? 0.75. If you change this into percentage, you multiply by 100. So 75%. Next, Howard says the boys' times vary more than the girls' times. Explain why Howard is incorrect. To find the time, whether it is more or less, you need to know your interquartile range. So the interquartile range for the boys is, remember, upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So 66 minus 46, it is 20. The interquartile range of the girls was 29. Therefore, Howard is incorrect, as the range of time is more in the girls. Question number 3. A line joins A13 to B58. The coordinates of A and B are given to us. Find the midpoint of AB. To find the midpoint, we use the formula x2 plus x1 divided by 2 and y2 plus y1 divided by 2. The x2 and x1 or y2 and y1, what you put first or later doesn't make any difference. You just take your two x's and then you add them. So 1 plus 5 divide by 2. Now we are going to take the two y's, which is 3 plus 8 divide by 2. So these are our points, 3 and 5.5. In part 2, find the equation of the line AB. Give your answer in the form y is equal to mx plus c. To find the equation of the line, we need to find the gradient. We are going to use this formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's a good idea that you write your points here. This is A and this is your B. Because many children, they use a wrong x with the wrong y. So gradient is equal to y2 minus y1. Circle the y. That is what you are going to write in the numerator, 3 minus 8. And then circle the x. In the same format, 1 minus 5. That will give us the gradient. So 5 over 4 is our gradient. Remember that whenever you want to find the equation of line, you need three things. You need an x, you need a y, and you need the gradient. So choose one point, A or B, to find the equation of the line. I'm using A, so what is our x? 1. What is the y? 3. And what is our gradient? 5 over 4. In y is equal to mx plus c, we have to replace the values we have. We need to find c. So 3 is equal to m, which is our gradient, 5 over 4 multiplied by 1 plus c. 5 over 4 when we bring to the other side will be negative. Therefore 7 over 4 is our c. Now that you have your c, so in this equation y is equal to mx plus c, we replace our m and our c. What is our m? 5 over 4. And our x? 7 over 4. So this is your equation of the line. Part B. The line AB is transformed to the line PQ. Find the coordinates of P and the coordinates of Q after AB is transformed by a translation by the vector 5, negative 2. Let's first write down the point A and B. So this is A and this is B. So A is transformed to P and B to Q. Let's write down the vector A and change it to vector B. We have 1 and 3 and the change is 5, negative 2. So 1 plus 5, 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is our P coordinate, 6 and 1. And now for B. B to Q. B is 5, 8, and the vector transformation is 5, negative 2. So 5 plus 5, 10, and 8 minus 2 is 6. So the point of Q is 10 and 6. Part 2, a rotation through 90 degrees anticlockwise about the origin. To find the answer to this question, we need to know the matrix transformation for rotation, which is this. But from this semester, there is no matrix in your syllabus, so you can skip this part of the question. For this question, I've drawn the coordinate grid. This is your y and this is your x. This is x is equal to 2. And the point A is 1 and 3. So this is your A. This point is reflected in the x-axis. So it's going to be here. And what will that give us? 3 and 3. Now moving on to point B, we have 4 and 5 and 8. 8 is suppose here, so this is your B, and this is your reflecting it on the other side. How many points is 5 from here? 1, 2, and 3. So this will move 3 units here, which will be negative 1, and the y coordinate doesn't change. So negative 1 and 8. Part 4, a transformation by the matrix. Again, this is not a part of the syllabus, so we can skip it. Part C. Describe fully the single transformation that maps the line AB onto the line PQ, where P is the point negative 2, negative 6, and Q is the point negative 10, negative 16. So first let's write down the point A and the transformed point P, and then point B and the transformed point Q. What is the transformation that you can see? If you multiply each point by negative 2, you get the answer. So now 1 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 2, 3 multiplied by negative 2, negative 6, and the same applies for B to Q. We multiply by negative 2. So we can see that it's an enlargement. the scale factor is -2, and the center will be your origin, which is 0, 0. This question was a little bit difficult. You just had to apply all the knowledge that you had. I hope you have understood it. Question number 4 is a mensuration question. The diagram shows a hemisphere with radius 6 centimeter. Calculate the volume. Volume of the sphere is already given to us. It is 4/3 pi r cube. A very easy 3-mark question. Volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. You want to find the volume of the hemisphere, you just divide your answer by 2. So in place of r, we will substitute 6 and divide this answer by 2. We will get volume is equal to 452.38. We can round it to 1 decimal place, which is 452.4 cubic centimeter. Part B. The diagram shows a prism ABCDEF, and the dimensions for a few sides have been given to us. We have to find out the volume of the prism. This is a 6 marks question, and it's not very difficult. You need to remember that volume of a prism is equal to area of cross section times the length or the height, whichever is given to us. So we need to find this area. To find this area, I need to, because it's a 90-degree triangle, I need half times base times height. I do not have my base. First, I will have to find DC. You can see that it's a right angle triangle and 2 sides have been given to you. This is your hypotenuse and the other side has been given to you. You want to find the third side. Whenever it is a right angle triangle and 2 sides are given to you and you want to find the third side, we use the Pythagoras Theorem, which is a square plus b square is equal to c square. C is your hypotenuse. Replace what you have. So this is dc square plus 5.2 square is equal to 10 square. Therefore, dc is equal to 10 square minus 5.2 square, 8.54. Now that you have your base, we can find the area. Area of the cross section will be half times base times height, which is 5.2, multiply by our length, which is 18 centimeter. This will give us 399.67 rounded to the whole number and we'll get 400. So the volume of the prism is 400 cubic centimeter. One thing remember when you're using the Pythagoras theorem, if you have the hypotenuse, then there's a subtraction involved, and if you want to find the hypotenuse, we put a plus. Part B, calculate angle BEC. So we need to find this angle. This is a very common question. It's a 4-mark question. You need to understand it very well. We need to find this angle here. Remember that the base is a rectangle. All the sides angle at the corner will be 90 degrees. So if we draw this at the side, this is B, C, and E. This is a 90 degree. You have B to C, which is 5.2. To find this, you need to find the angle, you need to find AC. Again, this is 90 degrees. So what triangle do we have here? We have ED, which is 18, and DC, which is 8.54. We need to find AC because two sides are given and we need to find the third side, and it is a right angle triangle. We are again going to use Pythagoras theorem. EC is your hypotenuse, so that is our C. When we are solving, a square plus b square is equal to c square. I told you, if it is your hypotenuse, then you can just add the other two numbers and square it. So we will have 18 square plus 8.54 square. We will get 19.9 is our AC. We can round it or we can just leave it for now. So we found our AC 19.9. To find the angle, if it's a right angle triangle, we need to use trigonometry. I hope you are familiar with the trig identities. So, ka, toa. This makes it easy for you to remember. So let's see how it works. Sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. What do we have? We have to find angle E. And we have opposite, which is BC, and adjacent, which is AC. So we are going to use tan. Tan E is equal to 5.2 over 19.9. E is equal to tan inverse 5.2 over 19.9. And we will get angle E is equal to 14.6. So angle BEC is 14.6 degrees. Next, the point G lies on the line ED and GD, on the line ED, and GD is equal to 7 centimeter. Work out the angle BGE. So G is on line ED and GD is 7 centimeter. Let's make the point here. GD is 7 centimeter. And we have to find the angle BGE. We'll draw a line connecting B and G now. So we drew the line connecting B and G. This is 7 centimeter. We need to find this angle. But this is not a right angle triangle. EBG is not a right angle triangle. Whereas GBD is a right angle triangle because it is with the vertex. So if I want to find BG, we don't need to find BG, the angle G. Let's draw the triangle here. We have, this is B, G, and D. BD is 10 centimeter, is given to us. GD is 7 centimeters, and we know that we can find the angle G by using the trig identity, opposite over adjacent. So we are going to use 10. Tan G is equal to opposite over adjacent. So G is equal to tan inverse which you round it to the whole number is 55. So angle G is 55. To find angle BGE, you can see that this is a straight line, correct? Angles in a straight line equal to 180. Therefore, angle BG is 180 minus 55. That will give you 125. This brings us to the end of this lesson. For solutions for question number 5 onwards, please watch part 2. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel and do share this video with your friends. It's very good for revision to solve past paper questions.